covered for you long enough. I might sound a little rough. I'm wearing orange now and
Keller.
you Scott, you did this,
Keller.
and now Scott. Now I know why. Now I know why. Now I know why. It was you, Scott, you, and now I know why. I asked you where your dad was. Where was Big Daddy? You got so angry when I went to feed the baby goat. Now Scott, now I know why. Now I know why. Now I know why. It was you, Scott, you, and now I know why. So where your dad was, where was Big Daddy? You got so angry when I went to feed the baby goat. Now Scott, now I know why. Now I know why. Now I know why. It was you,
Keller.
Scott, you, and
Keller.
now I know
Keller.
why. I am hella mad and burning with rage, Scott, and now I know why.
When she was upset with Gary Lee, she talked about, she said, my response
I am hella mad and burning with rage, Scott, and now I know why. Now I know why. Now I know why. It was you, Scott, you, and now I know why.
Keller.
Now I know why. It was you, Scott, you, and now I know why. I am hella mad and burning
Scott,
with
fully
rage,
sweater.
Scott, and now I know why.
Damn it, I'm gonna miss that. Damn it. Oh. This really is it, guys. That's the last time. Sorry. And you're probably sick of it anyway. This has been going on for what, 6 months now? Oh well. And yeah, I'm gonna bring you in. Hello.
Hey.
Hey, wake up. Ready? Let's try that again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jesus Christ, that was crap.
Sorry.
That was crap.
I wasn't expecting you to bring me in so quick.
No, I know, but then I even gave you a count in and you went in on 3.
Yeah, because normally it's like 1, 2, 3.
I said I started with 5. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Yes, that was pathetic. Pathetic. You're not a dancer, are you? No.
Yeah,
No.
I've done dancing.
You've
I
done
dance like
dancing.
a white person.
Like,
I did country dancing.
Oh, I'm sure you did. I love this song. I love it. I sing it every day. It annoys everybody I know. I can't stop. I also used to sing the Sarah song every day, and it got replaced by this one. So it's time for something new. So it's time to replace it with something else. Oh well. Guys, thanks for being here. I know that you guys have been watching Karen Reed. I don't know why, but each to their own. So thanks for popping over. This won't take very long because it's a finale. It's the final finale. It's the final showdown, guys. Hella was too late to respond to Melody's call for help. She's bound to get convicted now. Oh, well, she kind of did already. And I know that there is a 2020 interview. I got a VPN. I bought a VPN finally, a real one. Yes, and I can watch it properly now.
Good.
I still have to sign up for Hulu.
Oh.
But I'll get like a trial. So yeah, but I've got a real VPN now. So now I can like log into websites and stuff properly, like maybe even get court documents myself.
Nice. I was gonna offer you my Hulu, but they get weird when you like share it to everyone.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
So
the
hey,
thought that counts.
Scott. Hey, Scott. I thought Hella was on the burn pile. No, that's you.
I hope you die in the fire.
I'm gonna keep that around.
What?
What? I hope you die in a fire.
Oh,
Did you miss it?
yeah, I was in another tab. Sorry.
He's not with it today, is he?
To be fair, I'm not with it most days, so
No, he's really not. No. Let's just talk about Dali like he's not here.
everyone else does. Even
Yeah.
my parents.
That's true. Hella, did you get what? Mulvid? What's it? Like Mulvid, like Dolores? All right, let's get into it, guys.
Hachi didn't know Harry Potter.
No. That's not a Seinfeld reference. So it's like a
Oh, Dolores.
part of the female
Yeah, no, okay.
anatomy that it rhymes with the part of the female anatomy. It's like Dolores. Oh dear. All right.
Should
Let's
get
go.
NordVPN.
No, get rid of that. Get rid of that. That's your analytics.
And what lytics they are.
What lytics they are, indeed. All right, so we are into the sentencing, guys. We're into the sentencing, and this is it. This is why we spent all that time. This is why I hired the band. This is what we've done this whole thing for. This is why we had Manlet. This is it.
And what a
This
man
is the
he
moment.
was.
What a man he was. And P.S. I've noticed that he stepped aside, right? Like he must have shrunk into the ground
Yes.
because he didn't do the closing arguments, and I don't even think he's here for this.
Aw, poor little fella.
Yeah. Do you remember when Dali used to stream for us? Yeah, I remember that. That was a while ago.
I remember. Oh, please, I did a stream on Saturday.
Apparently you did, but like I said, could you please stream at my time? And I thought he would because then I could join him. But no.
Well,
No.
I had to eat, and I was trying to time when I streamed, and I had a baked potato. And I
No,
was
yeah,
really
excuses.
hungry.
Oh, you had a baked potato and I was really hungry.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, I'll get back in my office.
That's quick.
This is the
Bob,
moment,
I'll be
guys.
about 2 minutes.
It's go on.
Not
No
quite.
problem.
Be careful, Judge. Don't spill your drink.
Dali does not stream all day. He sets
Oh.
some. No. Let's just get this straight. Dali does not stream all day, right? Dali presses a button
No,
and then goes to work, and then sometimes sits in the chat for a bit.
not
right.
true at all.
That-
I
That's
go to
not
work.
streaming.
I go to work, then I hit a button.
Oh, it's kind of like saying you're a DJ, right?
Yeah.
And pressing the auto mix button. Yeah, that's what Dali does, right?
No.
So let's just be clear, right? Dali does not stream all day. Yes,
No,
Dali
I
doesn't
do-
even
no,
watch his own streams. To be
I
fair,
do watch them.
I don't
I'm
watch them
always
either.
there.
Yeah,
I'm always there. I'm at work.
that's
so I
right.
listen
The
to 'em and
people
I
in
go into
chat don't
when I
even
can.
watch the stream.
No, they're just gambling.
And not even with money, just with fake money.
I should make it super chat based.
Now, that would be clever.
There is a way to do that.
That would be really clever, right? If you actually made super chat money out of that, out of people not watching the stream and gambling with their own real money to give you money. Now that would be clever, right? Yeah.
I just
Wow.
randomly tank the odds.
Oh, Cooper's cute. Cooper's cute. So you say Cooper's
I'd have to not pay you out for that.
My kids look like angels.
Oh, Melody,
What's up, dude? Good to see
come
you.
out and play.
We'll probably see. Well, I didn't see basketball last night.
Yeah.
My kid was sick, so.
What is going on? Why are
Okay.
people chatting? Let's get on with it. See, they don't realize that the shit that's about to go down, right? So he's just drinking his coffee. They're all standing around going, "Oh, it's just a normal sentencing day. Everything's fine."
Defense lawyer's in
And-
a good mood.
Lawyer's in a good mood. Oh, that's all good. And yet, the shit's about to hit the fan. The fire's about to go off on everyone's asses. The fire. And Farris has gifted 5 Helomatics signing over its memberships. Thank you. Today is grifting day, by the way, guys. I am poor as a church mouse, everybody. Thank you so much. If you have enjoyed this content, if you enjoyed this coverage, which has taken a really long time, please give generously. Much appreciated. And thank you, Farris. I so appreciate you and everything you do.
Yes.
Everything you do. You are just such a wonderful support. Let's keep going.
Really are.
Oh, that's cool.
There are two, but we're doing one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Everything's cool.
I like
Gifts.
Yeah, we're good. Like in typical microwave fashion, you expect him to have.
Is skin insurance? Well, they should be buying their own. Delphi people and the rest of us. The rest of like, what's my favorite? Who's my loyals?
I'm in
Okay,
trouble.
come
I
on, let's
think
go.
Babu is learning to play fetch with me.
You don't play fetch with cats.
Well, no.
You play throw the thing and then they just take it.
No,
and
he
play with it on
takes
their own.
And he brings it back, but he doesn't bring it back all the way.
Stop, just like everything's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, we're the OGs.
Yes,
We're the
you are.
OGs. We're the chill ones. We're all cool. We don't mind calling each other retard.
Hey,
You're a retard.
you Aussie.
Fuck off.
Go move to New Zealand.
Look, I'd prefer to hang out with the Canadians, to be honest. Any day. Oh, what is going on?
You might have to go a little ways.
Oh, fuck's sake.
I
Oh,
just
hang
thought
on.
It was funny the judge was in such a jovial mood there.
Everyone's in a jovial mood. It's fantastic. Oh, here she goes. Whoa!
All right.
I'm
You
wearing
ready to proceed?
orange now. And
Yes, Your
so
Honor. We are here on the state of Georgia versus Melody Walker Farris in 23 CR 0715. This defendant was
think
convicted on
prison has
November
a
4th,
pool
2024 of 5 counts. Count 1, malice murder. Count 2, felony murder. Count 3,
Shitty!
aggravated assault. Count 4,
Hey!
concealing the death of another. And count 5, making false statements. We're here for sentencing on those 5 counts, which a jury convicted her and found guilty for. In regards to the sentencing, Judge, both the defense and I agree that under 1617, the court is going to sentence on count 1. Count 2 will be vacated by as a matter of law. Count 3 will merge into count 1. And then the court will sentence on 4 and 5. And the range for 4 is 1 to 10, and that's 161031. And the range for count 5 is 1 to 5 under 161020.
All right. Ms. Weaver, Mr. Ray, y'all in agreement with that?
Yes, Judge.
All right. All right. You have evidence you want to present?
I have 1 exhibit to present,
Oh,
and then 2 exhibits to present, and then the family has a few impact statements.
no, we're not watching the impact statements. No.
That they would like me to read into the record. which I have already shown the plans.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
State's Exhibit 1 is a
Just
video
hang
of
Wait.
Farris with
Wait. Is Manlet there? Did we see Manlet?
Do we ever truly see him
No, we don't really see him. He's just
under the
he's
table?
he's right under the table. We are not watching any impact statements. We're not no sad shit, except for when Scott gets really sad when he's being accused of murder.
But I think that was his brother.
Oh wait, there's a
Your
bit of
Honor, that's
crying.
all of the statements and
Aw,
evidence the state has.
poor
except
Boo.
for-
All right.
Act like a man.
What do we need?
Oh,
Oh, God, I
We
really
need to do
need
something with the other indictment.
a
look,
bacon
I'm not
sandwich.
his
Judge,
brother.
I will be submitting an all
Okay.
that.
All right.
I don't know the defense of that.
Okay. You can do that after sentencing. That's
Oh
fine.
Yes.
my God.
All right.
Sit down, bitch.
Mr. Weaver, Mr. Ray.
Tough, Chris.
We have two witnesses.
All right, we have one that he's prepared a statement. We're just going to call him and let him read a
All
statement.
right, that's fine.
Let's call Mr. K. Thomas.
Oh God, no. Who? Yeah, not interested. Not interested. Oh, hang on. There's
People
spaghetti.
more than you know, especially 6 years ago, when I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
Oh dear.
They took everything.
He did pretty well to make it to 6 years later.
And what are people
Okay, she's
bitching
bored.
about?
Yeah, what's he bitching about? Okay, hang on. I can see this big lump, right?
Mm.
And I don't mean darling. See, see in the timeline. I'm in a stupid mood today.
Oh, I love that. That was quick.
The lump in the timeline has got to be where she's speaking, yeah, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, there she is starting to speak. Yep, I was right. Most replayed.
Does not apply to this case, but a defendant has a depravity of mind who mutilates or seriously disfigures a victim's body after death may have been found to have a depraved mind. That's clear in this case. Melody Farris has a depraved mind. That's aggravation. And then throughout the investigation and the trial, continues to blame her children for this death, for this murder of their father and the grandfather of their grandchildren.
Wait, did we miss it?
No, I don't.
She tainted and tarnished her children's relationships, not only with each other,
No, she's talking.
but tried to drag their relationships with their father through the mud when they had nothing but love and respect for him.
Oh, please.
She successfully divided her family, isolating Amanda, and it's all for her own selfish motive. All of this.
Bitch,
The
you don't know
motive evidence
her.
in this case was overwhelming. Blaming her own sons for a murder she committed is unthinkable as a mom and just as human. This sentence should not reflect the defendant where she is in life because she chose to commit this crime at that time. She chose to commit this crime 6 months after Olivia was born. But it should reflect the life that was lost and the way it was lost, the manner in which it was lost. At her hands, with her depraved heart and mind. Gary was a brilliant lawyer, a forgiving man,
I don't care what
and
this
a
woman
beloved
says.
father and grandfather.
I've written this so that.
Oh, here we go.
the door.
Okay.
Wait.
July the 5th,
Oh, no, you're right.
2015,
Go.
6 years, 5 months ago today, began the worst nightmare
Okay, go.
that I could have ever imagined. Not only my world, but my family's world was absolutely destroyed at the hands of one person. I've had 6+ years of being told not to talk. Don't say that. Take legal advice. I could walk out of this courtroom today and drop over dead. I want to make sure that my children, my grandchildren, and Gary's family, and to be honest, at this point in time, the entire world who has viewed this, I have waited for years to make this statement to everyone. I want the world to know who did this. I have always heard that the courtroom is the last place you're going to get the truth. And has that ever been proven to be the truth in this case?
Especially that damn midget.
Not only did I not do this, I know who did.
Oh,
I know Scott killed his father. He took my husband, the father of Chris, Emily, and Amanda. He took Big Daddy from our grandchildren, Ella, Addison, Olivia, Jax, and James. 3 of them who never got to know Gary. Scott, this is unforgivable.
Scott. Scott.
You're gonna get
Scott
away with
has
this
spent-
scot-free, aren't you?
Entire life of loving and protecting you. But this, I refuse to cover for you. My mother, your mom, begged me to take the blame for this. She said after she talked to you, after Gary died, that she knew you had done it.
Oh,
Her exact words were,
Hearsay.
"You are his mother. You have to take blame for this." And I told her no, that I couldn't. I still
what? Look at him. He's like, okay, this is awesome how the
Wasn't
cameraman
that the
thinks
brother?
that that's Scott.
Yeah.
So hang on. Who said that she was supposed to take the blame? The grandma?
Mom?
Her mum.
Yeah.
Her mum said, you have to take the blame for this. Really?
Or you can go back in here.
Okay, let's go back. I missed that. My mother. My mother. Okay.
Scott has spent an entire life of loving and protecting you. But this, I refuse to cover for you. My mother, your mom, begged me to take the blame for this. She said after she talked to you, after Gary died, that she knew you had done it. Her exact words were, "You are his mother. You have to take blame for this." And I told her no, that I couldn't. I still have 3 other children, grandchildren, and this is not a stolen credit card, a check, or a diamond ring that you've pawned, all of which you have done. I saw you coming from that burn pile the morning of July the 5th in your truck. You told me that you were checking on the fire to make sure that it wasn't going to get the woods on fire. You told me it was okay. I asked you a few weeks later why you were at that burn pile in your truck. And you told me that your dad had told you to clean up the extra wood that was by the barn. I told Hayes that I had seen Scott that morning coming from the burn pile. So Hayes, where is that recording?
Oh.
I want to know. You told me there was multiple recorders. You did, but you sat here in this courtroom and you told this court that you didn't tell anybody about recorders, but you did.
Okay, okay. Like, look at this woman, right? Just look at the look on her face.
The bottom
She's
left woman?
great. She looks like she's gonna throw up.
I wonder who she is.
I don't know, but she keeps like reaching back and touching Scott. So like, I feel like she's. He's not
Maybe
married.
Big Daddy's brother or sister.
Might be an aunt. Yeah. But yeah, she's been there the whole time. And she's got the best facial expressions. Like, she's disgusted all the time. Like, she's so, like, like that all the time.
Where is that recording in the interview? You saw
horrified.
immediately started
Shock and
saying
horror.
that there was a gun missing, a gun that nobody knew about. You never mentioned before. I asked you more days than not where your dad was. And this was the first time you ever had that response. There's a gun missing. You should have you did start immediately spinning your story. When you found out that Addison and Cameron were there the night before, you got so angry. Now I know why.
Now I know why.
When I went to feed the baby goat the morning,
Hold on.
that
Your Honor, I'm not objecting at this point. It's all about facts of the case. You, in fact, was stated, her statement needs to not be about facts.
Right, well, Ms. Farris, really not supposed to go into the evidence of this phase of the case. And what I typically do is if the defendant wants to go into the facts of the case, I'm going to allow the state to cross-examine or ask questions, which I don't really anticipate you want to do.
I would just ask to
But
close, Judge. if
your
that's-
statements needs to be constrained to the punishment. And, you know, if there's things you want to talk about in relation to that and how I should sentence you, I don't have a problem if you want to continue to profess your innocence, but we're not going to go on for a significant period of time. You resuscitate your view of the case and your opinion as to what the evidence is without your prior testimony and without the state being able to cross-examine it. It's not proper. So I'm
Yeah,
going to ask
leave
you
it
to restrain your
alone.
remarks to comply with those directions.
But yeah, okay, you can also tell the judge is really enjoying this, right? Like, see the look on his face. Look at him. He's like, look at
Finally, something interesting happens in this damn court.
him. He's like, yeah, you should probably stop that. But I'm kind of enjoying it.
Man.
It's not proper. So I'm
He
going to ask you to
doesn't
restrain your
stop
remarks
her.
to comply with those directions.
Judge, this needs to be known.
Well,
I'll just ask to respond, Judge.
all right. All right, go ahead.
I went to feed the baby goat the morning of July the 5th before I left for the lake. I saw where you had washed out the barn. I later found that several bottles of house wash were missing after this all happened several weeks ago. Now I know why. The photos of your bathroom spotlessly clean. Now I know why.
Oh, now I know why.
I know why you demanded me to move the tractor that you so were upset about it being in the place. Now I know
Now
why.
I know why.
Scott, you called me on July the 4th and asked me what my plans were for the day. And I told you I was going to the lake with Amanda, and you were so glad that I was going. I thought it odd then. Now I know why.
That's not Scott.
I found copies of my birth certificate, your dad's birth certificate, our marriage license in your truck. Now I know why.
Now I know why. Now I know why.
Scott, I saw Gary going to that barn the night of July the 3rd, right after you got home.
This is going
And then
great.
Scott is going, and I thought then Scott's going to be in trouble for staying at the lake and playing golf all the time. Never in a million years did I ever think that this nightmare was starting then. I told you, Detective Hayes, that I saw Scott going over there to the barn. Where is that in the recording? A bag. I know exactly where and when I was standing. Scott, you put antifreeze under my kitchen sink to set me up for this. That only you would have known where it was because it was for the Mercedes. When Amanda and I were putting that house back together, you sat in there and watched us like a hawk. Now I know why.
Now I know why.
You became so angry when the fire investigator came in July, weeks after this nightmare started. Now I know why you were so angry. Scott, you failed your polygraph test. You recorded meetings at the attorney's office and turned them over to the DA's office. We hired Manny to help us. Emily is the one who used her daddy's credit card to pay for that attorney. Scott, you got so angry that your sister Amanda was getting my personal clothes and my personal things to the point that Cherokee County had to be called. That is not the actions of a sane person.
Oh,
Scott's
Hang on,
anger
wait,
issues have
wait.
all been accused.
wait. He got upset that Amanda was getting her personal clothes. What did he want with them?
Ooh, Scott.
What did he want with his mum's clothes?
Little sus.
He got so upset that they had to call the cops. Like, he was freaking out. He was like, no, I want my mum's clothes. And it was like, he obviously got like really angry and violent about it, and they had to call the damn cops. Sorry, Scott, but you ain't fitting into those. Like, she's like a size 4.
And a SWAT-sized queen.
Yeah, Scottina.
Oh, I was talking about Bella.
True.
Huge issue. When he was in kindergarten and elementary school, Chris
I'm
would,
objecting. At this point, she's dragging
Bitch.
Scott through my his character.
Yes,
This is
yes.
not-
All right, Ms. Farris,
Bloody.
Sit down, bitch.
I'm going to cut you off if you keep just wanting to resuscitate facts that aren't before the court. And Ms. Frankish, I'll give you a chance to respond to the extent that you want to and give you closing statement.
She doesn't give a shit. She's just gonna keep
I am
going.
the mother that was always there for my children, even though they had done things that were wrong. Chris, who took care of your girls and loved them if they were my own, who came and got them off the street when you were acting an absolute fool because they were scared to death, who drove down to Buckhead and got your children.
Butthead.
Now, I'll tell okay, so just to kind of give you some direction. Things
This
that
is
are
my
appropriate,
fourth out of
you
10
helping take care of your
warnings.
family, raise your family, those kind of things, what you've done throughout your life, and asking the court to exert some sort of mercy on you. Things of that nature are appropriate. So you can talk about those kind of things, but let's don't go into the individual facts or things that haven't been previously presented to the court. Okay? All right, go ahead.
I love Ella and Addison more than life itself. And it was their life or mine. It would be mine in a heartbeat. Emily, who helped you move to and from an apartment and a house in 19-degree weather, even though I knew that you were trying to keep it from me. I was always there for you. I came back to you in Thompson Station after your husband was arrested to care for you and Olivia. I am so sorry that your children will never know their big daddy.
No.
Amanda and Chad, words cannot express my gratitude for everything that you've done for me. Thank you so very much. And I was fortunate enough to get to care for James every day since he was 3 weeks old. He is my pride and joy. Love for that little boy is unbelievable. I spent 18 plus months in the Cherokee County Jail over something that I did not do.
Oh, you spent a lot
I thought
longer.
that was the last thing I could do to Gary, for him, to get justice for him. I can remember thinking, it's okay that I sit here. I just want answers. That's all I want.
Oh, there's
And I still
Manlet.
haven't gotten them. And I don't think that I ever will. And that scares me to death. Amanda was the only one of my children that got up here and told the truth. And I thank her for that every day. Judge Cannon, I had so many questions, so many whys. Why were so many things not their task? Why was the barn never checked? I think that would have given us so many answers. Why did they run out of Blue Star? They were on my property for days. I begged of you to get answers. Judge Cannon, I am begging for justice for Gary, for my children, for my grandchildren, for Gary's family. And I am begging that you throw out this verdict. Be the 13th juror. Help us get justice. I did not do this.
That's
I
not how it
promise you
works.
All my life. The 18 months that I did in Cherokee County was nothing compared to the last month that I spent in there. Now I know that Cherokee County did not do the job in the investigation. They took Scott's story and ran with it.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I know that in my heart, body, and soul, who did this. And I'm begging for help. I'm begging you, Judge Cannon. Please do not send me to prison for something I didn't do. I did not do this. If I had done this, I would take this charge gladly. If it would bring Gary back, I would gladly go to prison. I do not want to wait years for an appeal. I've waited 6 years and 5 months for justice already, but here we are. Maybe I should have testified.
Yeah, you should
But I
have.
listened to legal counsel. I wanted the truth out there, and this is why I am making this statement. I will talk to any and everyone who can help me and my family. I never wanted my family's life to be played out for the world to see. It is a mother's job to protect her children, and I cannot protect the person who did this. We can't replace Gary.
Oh, you kind of did.
That is unforgivable. I promise you to work hand in hand with the DA's office.
God.
But what scares me the most is that because of several individuals, so many others in this county that did not do their job. Justice will never be done. For the last 6 years and 5 months, my every thought has been consumed with this. No matter what I do, it never leaves. And until you have lived this, nobody can understand. And I would not wish this on anybody. When I heard of the mother of the boy at the Appalachia school shooting, she called to tell that her own son was going to the school with a gun. My heart broke for her. This is a mother's worst nightmare. Judge Cannon, I'm begging you for help. As one parent to another, help me get justice for Gary and my family. A mother, or at least not this mother, does not blame her child unless she knows he did it.
Look at
Not thinks.
Chris, I can
knows.
never remember his
And I would
name.
never
Chris.
sit here and let the attorneys lay blame to him if I didn't know. You have no idea how heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching this is. John Luke says that I'm the most stoic person that he's ever met. My response was, you never know how strong you are until that's your only choice.
Look, she's touching his knee.
So before it said that the only reason I'm telling you this is because I got a guilty verdict. It's not. If it had come back as not guilty, I would have still been begging for justice, for help getting the right person convicted. As soon as I walked out of the courtroom, I promise you I would have done that. Chris, Emily, Amanda, Ella, Addison, Olivia,
Ella.
Jack, and James, I'm doing this for you. Carrie is gone, and trust me.
Yeah, I don't know.
When I say that he is in a better place, because this
He's
has
touching
been
him.
the worst nightmare it's been hell on
There's
earth.
something weird going on there. Who is she?
Knowing that your own son did this. And it's only been by the grace of God that I have survived this last 6 years and 5 months. If I could, I would gladly trade places with Gary.
Help her.
Judge Cannon, I am begging you for help.
He does look like he wants to murder her.
Please do this for Gary and my family. I have missed years with the people that I love dearly. Help me restore my family. Be the person in Cherokee County that it is their task. I do not want years. I do not want to wait years for justice, years that I may not have. I know this is something that you may never have seen before. And I plead with you to throw this verdict out. Help me get justice for the correct person. As bad as it sounds, I want to be there to watch him chained and shackled and brought to justice. I plead with you. This is something I will never recover from. I don't know that my family will ever recover from. Please help me. I'm begging you to restore my faith in the judicial system. I'm begging
there's your
you,
first
not for me, but for Gary and my children, and my grandchildren.
All right, Ms. Frankish, you want to respond to anything?
Very quickly, Judge.
She's like, yeah, I want to respond.
Your Honor was, I believe, present for that. For Scott's sake, they ruled him out in the very beginning of deliberations.
Who gives a hell? Like, okay, who gives a crap, right? Like, who gives a crap what the jury did? They received a bunch of information that was completely constructed to rule Scott out.
They would have convicted
Right.
him if the police had tried to say he did it.
Exactly, right? So they actually thought it was Scott for a while. He was like suspect number 1 for 2 years. Well, not number 1, but he was a suspect for 2 years, right? If they had constructed their case around him and put that towards the jury, they would have thought he was guilty and convicted him. But they decided to go for her. So, of course, also, how does she know that? How did she know that the jury decided to rule out Scott straight away? How does she get to say that? Like, is she just like taking their words? Has she gone
Maybe she
and
talked
spoken
to
to
him.
them, and she's summing up their thought process for them?
Yeah.
That's nice of her. Good. Okay. If I was on the jury, I wouldn't love that. Anyway, like, seriously.
Statement. I ask that you take note of its inconsistencies with the evidence.
Yeah, how does she know,
Respect
Mabka?
the jury's verdict, which I know you will do. But that,
Was she in the room?
the verdict is spoken. And we ask, in addition to what we previously asked, Judge, as a condition that she never profit from this story, from this crime, I just ask that you include that into her sentence, please.
Isn't that a rule anyway?
They have to specifically make a motion for it.
Really?
Well, it might depend on the state, but
All right, as we've indicated, jury have returned a verdict guilty to all counts. Count 1, the malice murder being the primary charge. Count 2 would be vacated as a matter of law based upon the conviction in count 1. Count 3, aggravated assault, would merge into the malice murder. I don't, without going into a lot of detail or my thoughts on it, jury's made a determination that Ms. Farris was responsible for her husband's death, and she was found guilty of all charges. I don't have much latitude in the sentencing. The legislature has spoken, and the penalty for murder is life. The only determination I have is whether it would be with parole or without parole. I don't believe this is the case that justifies a life without parole sentence, so I'm going to sentence to life with parole, or life with the possibility of parole. I don't have any control over parole. That's up to the parole board. Under the current guidelines and sentencing structure with them, a life sentence is a minimum 30 years before you would be considered for parole at this point. I recognize that is likely a life sentence for you.
you're
But
old, man.
you'll have the hope and
Thanks a
possibility
lot.
of parole. As to count 4, which has a maximum of 10 years, I'm not, as I said, I wasn't going to sentence life without parole. However, I do feel like there's some additional consideration that needs to be taken as to count 4, the concealing the death of another. Presumably, the point of that was so you were found guilty of burning,
Oh, hey, Dina.
Aw.
discarding and burning the body of Gary Wayne Farris, hindering discovery of whether the person was unlawfully killed. That definitely hindered the investigation and
I miss you too, love. Yes, I can do that.
shows additional level of criminal intent.
Thank you so much for the super chat. That's really sweet of
I'm
you,
going
honey.
to sentence to 5 years consecutive on the life sentence as to count 4, concealing the death of another. The false statements,
Miss your
that
face.
being the
That's very generous, love.
lying to law enforcement about the relationship with Mr. Barton. I believe if law enforcement didn't know about it at the time, they knew about it shortly thereafter. It was well known. Didn't take a lot of effort to make that determination. I don't really find that that's anything additional that needs additional punishment. So I'll run the 5 years concurrent as to count 5. So that would be a life plus 5 with the possibility of parole. And that'll be the sentence.
Count 4, Judge.
Hmm?
Count 5 would be concurrent with count 4.
Count 5 would be concurrent with count 4 and the other counts. She'd be eligible for the credit for the time that she's served in the Cherokee County Jail, subject to the jailer's affidavit from the sheriff's office. To the extent that that gives her credit for her sentence, she would receive that. With it being a life sentence and her being in control of Department of Corrections, are there anything that you want me to put as a condition of her sentence?
No contact with family, Judge.
All right.
And the not profiting from her conviction.
I will provision that she may not have direct communication with, well, I mean, she may have some of the family that wants to reach out to her. So what I would say is she's not to have any contact with family members. I don't know who they would even notify other than the prison. So any members of the family that want to have contact with you may contact you. They'll need to reach out to the warden's office first and let them know that they want to allow you to have contact with them, so you can call out to whoever has given approval to the warden. As far as the other provision, I'm not going to make any condition as to that. That will be something that would be left to a civil court if there is a lawsuit down the road and judgment, et cetera. So, all right, that being said, court. Yes.
Scott's in the naughty corner. Wow. Well, that went well.
All right, execute the non-pros on the other indictment based upon the conviction on this case.
Yes.
What's happening? What's happening? Something? Oh,
Okay.
okay. Tough to see here.
I got another sentencing, but it's not for another
Look at him.
35
Like,
minutes.
oh yeah,
So y'all
that's fine.
want to break stuff down, you're all welcome to.
Just normal stuff.
Well, that was awkward.
Yeah, wasn't it? I just want to see what they're doing. Look at them. The camera's still on them. Okay, should we go out for lunch?
Let's go to Denny's.
Yeah, it's Denny's. Yeah.
We're not cops. Oh, there is Manly.
No. Oh yeah, Manlet. Yeah, Manlet is there. Look how small he is.
Yeah, I guess he's afraid of the black people in the back. It's Georgia. He's tiny.
He is. Judge is like, yeah, that was an interesting morning.
See? Whoa, geez. What is going on with that guy's face?
I don't know. I can't believe how small the women are in the family, and like the men are just giant. Okay, so Eman's right. Like, where's Eman? Eman's always right. I get back. Yeah, judge could theoretically have done a directed verdict and thrown it out, right? But there's no way he's based enough for that. Just not. Like, come on.
And it would be appealed and
Yeah, he'd probably be overturned. Yeah. Because the jury had already deliberated and done it. It was done. So, and he was the one who kept sending them back and saying,
get a verdict.
because they were at an impasse 2 or 3 times. And he was like, no, come back with a verdict, come back with a verdict, come back with a verdict. And they eventually did. And I was guilty. And it could have been a mistrial, right? But no, he was the one who pushed and pushed and pushed for a verdict. And they came back with a verdict. And if he didn't like it, then he goes and hears that she could have testified. Like, she clearly had something to say and she didn't say it. I just, in regard to her being wrongfully convicted, I don't know. What do you think, Darlie? I mean, I don't think she did it. Oh, I don't. Okay, I'm not convinced she did it. When I say I'm not convinced she did it, I don't think. I don't necessarily think she's innocent. As in, I'm not convinced that. Like, if it were to be the burden were to be the other way around, and it were to be, you have to convince me that she's innocent, then I don't know, right? But the burden isn't the other way around. The burden is on the state, and I don't think the state proved it.
No.
So
I think it's like 50-50. It could be either of them.
yeah. So
It's the way the police decided to look at it.
Yeah.
And it, just the way the investigation goes, they kind of pick and choose their target. Is that better?
Yeah.
They pick and choose their target and who they want to look at. Just if they get, blinded one way or the other, then they just kind of focus on that angle. And this is a case where there's two different people that could have done it, and they seem to really cut a lot of corners.
They always cut corners. Like,
Well,
have you seen any case ever where cops haven't
was-
cut corners?
I was actually thinking of that the other day. Like, can I think of one investigation I've seen where it was actually an okay job?
Yeah, when they've done a really good job.
Like, I'm going back to like Rittenhouse, and Rittenhouse. Okay, they were in the middle of a riot, so I'm not going to get on them too much for their not doing a
Yeah.
great job. But
Jensen did an alright job, considering the time,
yeah, considering the age of the case,
considering the
and
age.
all
Yeah,
they
they
had,
did a
it was-
decent
it was
job.
Pretty rough.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mark.
Sorry, Mark, but yeah, I mean, they did a good job. Like they pulled that
Yeah.
computer apart, and they
And considering that was back when apparently they'd never seen a computer in a home before, which is still really weird.
no,
But
and they
was
had to deal with all
1990.
those pings.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
that was a perk of the job. But
Yeah. But you're right. Like, how often do we actually see good
Yeah.
investigations? Chandler. Yes,
although
that was actually a pretty decent
they
investigation.
had too much evidence because
They had so much.
they never
evidence.
found all of Ma and Pa, but
They never found them all, but
No.
but they did it. They found a lot of them,
they did.
right? Like they found all those bits of bone.
Yeah.
Like, remember the anthropologist?
Oh yeah.
She loved it. Like they pulled apart that whole
Fireplace.
fireplace, and they did it like archaeological dig, and
Yeah, like
found all
way to
the
go.
little teensy little
Because he
bits
cleaned
of
out the whole
bone.
fireplace, but he didn't realize there was like an ash trap underneath it
The ash trap.
that you have
Yeah.
to clean out too.
And then they had like the they fit all the pieces together. They had the
Yeah.
that forensic specialist who fits the pieces together.
Mm.
And she loved fitting all the pieces together. Like that's her job. She's like a jigsaw puzzle specialist. But that was a good investigation. They love their job. All
Yeah.
those people. Yeah.
I'd hope
Good
so.
one.
Be a
That's a-
shit
that's a
job to
good
have
one.
otherwise. But,
Right?
like, I was thinking about this the other day, and I was like, Murdaugh, no.
No.
Kelly, no.
No.
William Husel, no. I mean, just of the ones I've watched.
Most of
Curtis
them have
Reeves, Edgecombe, I think. He got away for a while, but it was okay.
mm,
Yeah, because they couldn't really critique the evidence or the investigation too much. But I mean, a lot of these cases, though, almost all of them, you end up with a lot of. There's a lot to really kind of pick apart. With
a
the job they
lot.
did.
Right? And Matka, yeah, like I can understand having questions like why after a guilty conviction, but not a how. And I get that then they don't have to explain the entirety of how it happened. I get that, but they shouldn't be leaving such massive holes in the timeline and the story as to like
Yeah.
how is it even possible that she did that? Like, and you really have to construct it. Like you have to like grasp at straws to come up with a really good way. Like, oh, okay, so she would have gotten a tractor and some pulleys and
Yeah.
sh-
Freaking
it
MacGyver
just
out there.
yeah, like a MacGyver thing, right? So it's kind of like you have to suspend doubt to come up with a way, and that's not it.
And they never
That's
even
called
tried to
doubt.
answer those questions.
Yeah, yeah,
Because if
and
they
the
tried to, then they could have disproved it or made it harder to end up convicting her, because the
yeah,
defense could have then seized on that.
exactly.
So
Yeah,
it's not.
Letitia's doubt had tons of forensic evidence. That was
Yeah.
a good one. That was
I never
actually a
watched
really
that
good
one.
one. Didn't you? That was actually really interesting. That was when I really learned about how luminol works or blue star.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, because it looked like that room had like no blood in it.
Hmm.
But then when they blue starred it, it was underneath the carpet, it was all over the
Ooh.
walls, it was everywhere. Because
Oh,
she'd done a decent job of cleaning it up, but looked like she'd done a decent job of cleaning it up,
Yeah.
but it was everywhere. It was bad. Ugh. Yeah. Anyway, this has been fun. I'm going to
Yes.
miss Melody. And yeah, I do tend to think that she deserves a new trial. But unfortunately, if she gets a new trial, it's just going to be more of the same. So I
Yeah.
think she's probably stuck in there. That's probably it. That's probably it. It lit up. It did, didn't it? That was fun. All right. So I'm going to have to think of something else to do once a week. Maybe I'll go back to hearsay for days. That'll be a lot more work.
Tellis was good.
Was it? Did they have good evidence against him? I never really bought into that one. I don't actually think he did it, to be honest.
Really?
No. No. I think there's more to that one.
Oh.
Will I put her song on its own video? Yeah. Yeah. Look, E-Man, I'm gonna do hearsay as soon as Karen Reed is finished, because I don't really want to cover Karen Reed. It's the only thing people are talking about at the moment. So yeah, I start to talk about Karen Reed and then it's just like Karen Reed. Do you like
That's all I
that?
hear when Hella talks.
Shut up. The hair in the SUV thing was weird. What hair in the SUV thing?
For Tellis?
He didn't have any hair. Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Remember the silhouette of the guy in the SUV and his hair was like jutting out?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And Brandy did a little forensic image thing and I made fun of it.
I remember.
No
I like
shade to
Brandy,
Brandy,
but-
but it was kind of, yeah.
It ended up like you proving it couldn't have been him, I think.
I just said it couldn't. You can't tell anything from
Okay.
that because
I remember.
it
that.
was like a Canva job. Anyway, yeah, I did a whole show about it. I was like, come on now. Yep. The Karen Reed discussion is very negative. Yeah. And like no shade to people covering it. They're doing a great job considering like the whole thing is, yeah, it's kind of toxic in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, for example, like I'll just say one thing. For example, like I know that the cross of what's her name? Jan McKay, it went for a long time. And there was some disagreement amongst the lawyers regarding how well Alan Jackson did that cross, right? And I think that's what you expect from lawyers who are covering the case. They should be able to express critique of another lawyer who is broadcasting the case, right? Isn't that what we hope to get from lawyers? they shouldn't just be constantly cheerleading the defense attorneys all the time just because they're defending Karen Reed. That makes an echo chamber. So yeah, if the attorneys that we're watching or the lawyers that we're watching that are streaming the case have something negative to say about the work that is being shown, regardless, or something positive to say about, say, Hank Brennan, just because you think that Karen Reed is innocent doesn't mean that you can't give some sort of positive or negative feedback to both sides. Like, that's what you would hope to get from lawyers who are analyzing the lawyering, you know. So noticed a little bit of just like people sort of pushing back against what you'd hope to get, lawyers analyzing what you're seeing in court. So that annoys me a bit. Andrea, of course, Andrea's doing great. I don't social media. Yeah, Mevka. It's probably best that you stay away from social media, I would expect.
Yeah, were you banned?
You're lucky you're allowed around here.
Yeah.
All right, time to go, guys. I really couldn't be bothered setting up a redirect, so let's just go over to Sean's and say hello, Rain. You guys know where to go. Love you all. Love you all.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. It was you, Scott. You, and now I know why.
Her name was Helen. She was an Aussie. She was a fake lawyer from the future. She got on YouTube and made some live streams. Her co-host is Dolly and she dances sometimes. The words are always so loud and because she's an 803.